We're just pretty much exactly where we left off. Nothing usually. Haven't gone in here. We're just gonna pop in here with the package we got last episode.
Their mistake.
All right. So, and that didn't work out at all. So I guess horrible idea on my part. I'm pretty sure we are able to give. Correct. Yes, there's a door back here. Since we are all like on up, we can get in here. I want to figure out how to get that bar bigger. They haven't said anything. I'll have to look that up or something. Alright. He's up.
Keep your shoulders up.
Oh, nope. Oh, stairs.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Oh, my law. Captain, that's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big
I probably
shot.
could have told that dude I got the package.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
I already love Minister Clark.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in? My friend, the slightest demonstration of independent thought or action renders one a dissident in the board's rather expansive definition of the term. Which is why I'm dying to know what brought you here. Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then? Process of elimination. The only other person with access? Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name. But this proves it.
Yeah, sure. It's always someone else who ordered the hookers and energizing ointment.
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years.
Why?
But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and it rarely
Ellie,
pays.
all you
This
talk
is
about.
about more than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you don't help, who will? Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
God, please shut the fuck up.
We're discussing industrial espionage, legal redress, the possible salvation of Halcyon. Is this not exhilarating? Also, this is the longest conversation I've had with someone else in quite some time.
That's sad.
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street.
Of course.
There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense. The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Oh, golly.
I merely hid it in a book.
Okay.
No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Okay.
There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
The book is your ass cheeks.
Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention. Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
Perfect. That's a lot of information, to be honest with you. Hit up the homie Rockwell, I guess. Maintenance tunnels, we have a quest for that, a side quest, so we'll do that. With the Sprats. And that weird guy. That likes Sprats a little too much. Oh, that was okay. Oh, let's see here. Ooh, that one hurt. Oh no! Fuck that. Get through the door. Thank you. Oh my. Here we go. Alright.
You must be joking. Our fair city.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just Ellie.
I don't want to know what's in that water. Giles. I don't trust Spectrum vodka anymore. That's kind of fucked. They literally killed someone with that in the last episode. Alright. What are we supposed to do? Hey, come here. I'm trying to run away from me. Oh, that's a bad spread.
Unexpected. Beginning security patrol.
What? Oh, oh, oh!
Security threat eliminated.
Ooh, y'all are taking hits. Come on. Nope. No, 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 go over there. Yeah, I really need those electric bullets on this.
They won't try that again.
Processing. Unexpected. Halt.
They got the drop on us.
The area.
Okay, this is not working. Nope. Put that back, put that back. Whoa. Are you serious? that all of them? What the fuck is that? Get away from me. Scoochy, scooch. Hey. Oh,
Nothing fun ever happened in this town.
golly. I'm not gonna go back up to him yet. Tunnels connect.
You gotta teach me that.
Alright, let me use this and modify. Come on. Power, make to ray, make to zap. Yes, please. Perfect. We'll also modify this. Quiet wisdom. And plasma launcher. Sure. Wait a minute. Wow.
I never could have handled the desk job.
That's dangerous. Got two things to do here. Deliver that message and our main mission.
You ever get the urge to just hawk one on the floor?
You're just not having a good time, aren't you? Oh, beach rice.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Alright. Question number 1. How among which keys do I get around here? I need to go up. Pause. No, pause. Save game. Alright. Also gonna get these skill points done. There's some persuasion, some lying, intimidate, hacking, stuff in general for that.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for... Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form.
Oi, fuck.
It's procedure. Now, let's see.
Oh.
Damn it. When did I run out of forms?
What a shame.
You don't have to be sarcastic about it. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms. Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Alright. That worked. Okay. Alright. Jerry, Duffy, you just keep your fucking mouth shut for once in your body. You just do you, I guess. Just be stupid. Alrighty. Ah. The hell? What is this? Apple. Apple. Okay. Merciful planet.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. Ah. Oh, you are being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
How long is this duration, you say, buddy boy? Oh, shit. What?
Excuse me, just a moment. Is there something I can do for you? I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. What? Oh dear. Thank you for reminding me. I can't stand the thought of someone else's hands touching my custom letterheads.
I like that. Excuse me. Yeah. Alright. Let's take a look-see around. That notification that just came through that I don't know if you guys were able to see was a party invitation from the homeboy, Joey. So I might be joining that. If it cuts off the stream, I'll just restart it. Text him right now. we'll have another special guest.
One person gets all this space. Just to sign papers all day?
Alright, give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. You good? Joey? Special guest Joey. Alright. Everyone, this is the Joey man.
A lady is trying to buy Claudette's tablet on
eBay?
app thing. No, her app.
Oh.
For $100. It's an Amazon Fire tablet.
Oh, wow.
She was like, should I do it? Said it's up to you, but how much?
Yeah.
Pay me $100. I mean, if that's $100 closer to my PC, then I was like, just kidding. It's up to you. She said it kind of seems sketchy meeting up at a Motel 6. Well, any meetup is sketch on that.
Yeah. Alright, let's look at this computer.
I just said any meetup is sketch on the app, but if you have someone with you, I think it'll be okay. You're not going alone.
Yeah. Alright, well. I got Joey on here. I'm not gonna read this out, so... Sorry, you don't get to hear my silky smooth voice. You can pause and read it yourself.
Dang. Assertive, I like that.
Well, I can read if you want to.
That's not demanding. I don't need it demanding. Speaking of both. Thank you for the advice. I have no responsibility for this.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams.
So I take no responsibility for the time of this. It's
We've recently
100%
discovered that
your
our
choice.
food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give you something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently
Are you
unemployed.
laughing your game or me?
Game.
Okay, I
But
was
I
like,
can
that wasn't
assure
that
you
funny.
there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended
The babies
animation.
are savage.
Individuals
white
will
baby.
be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist that. Now let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Dude.
Hold on.
That was all a story, wasn't it?
Alright, what were you saying?
Claudette went, I wish I knew exactly what you were thinking sometimes. Lol.
It's not real. I
don't know about you, but I'm all
I
for
just said
living
for
fast
what?
and
I don't
dying
know where
young.
that came from.
Oh, it's a clusterfuck. So now we're just gonna go find it? Seems a little too easy.
Joke's on you, it's 1 pixel.
What are you doing?
I'm playing once in Rocket League, but I think I'm only gonna do this one weekend. Consistent 150.
Your friend's still working?
No, they're both asleep.
It's like what they're doing right now is permanently damaging your internet.
It is. In this, so the way that Wi-Fi works is we have the best Wi-Fi we can get, but we can only get so much data. Even if your Wi-Fi uses data. And since we're running so much shit on it, I almost thought I couldn't say shit because you were streaming. Because we have so much shit on it, we're running it very quickly out of data, so then the Wi-Fi is like, well, I'm just gonna take a big fat shit right now. Just say I won't.
There's nothing you can do to stop me.
For real. Because I'm gonna mute myself so your stream can't hear me. Ah. So I guess that's what happens when your ping is at 340. My dude's out here teleporting to Africa. Oh my god. Actually, I give you forfeit, I'll give you credits.
Make him regret it.
Guys, come on, let's run. Let's run, guys. Let's not. Come on. Get your bum chickies over here. I'm not even gonna bother with it.
Mowing the yard sucked nuts, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Shit was worse than a fucking ape's gaping butthole. It was an absolute jungle out there, dude.
As long as the weather, it doesn't snow again, I'll be starting mowing, Friday. Our plan was every Friday I'd mow, which I'm, totally cool with. Then it snowed.
Yeah, once a week. Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then, so my dad actually was kind of a G for, I guess he was so bored he wanted to do something. So he went out and mowed. 'Cause I know for a fact he didn't.
I really wanted to kill grass.
Yeah.
Truly? Why, this is marvelous! And all safe and sound. Oh, Reginald, Philippa, Vonda, Haroon, Iskander, Evelyn, I'm never letting you out of my sight again. Please, take this. It's not much, but it's the best I can offer for the safe return of my darlings. Now, I've got to get back to the lab before my supervisor logs my absence.
Alright, Joey, should I do main mission?
Nice thing about travel with the captain.
Okay.
We meet all sorts of new people.
Sure. Best part is when they pay us.
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. Kinda hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you.
Could be a favor in disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
Fucking hate you, Ellie. You're gonna be the first one I boot off my crew.
What's the reason for that?
Basically, I have, like, my whole entire crew is, like, I got a religious dude, I got a... Oh, fuck. Just overall good people. I have a robot. He's chill. And Ellie. Everything she fucking talks about has to have with money. I want to punch her in the fucking face because it's so annoying. It's like Parvati is like the wholesome, like, oh, let's do this for the good of the people. And I'm like, yes. And then Ellie's like, but money.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along.
You should be like, oh, but I can't.
Guess what? You're not getting paid.
Could have asked me, you know.
It's funny because you're worried about money.
What in the law's name are you on about?
I'm not about to get this random bitch 2,000 bits.
Honest mistake. Why don't you come back? Yeah, and I'd really like a new Hammersmith grenade launcher. Hammersmith, the most trusted brand in Britain. And seeing as you don't seem the exact... Hey, I've been trying to get a post at the HHC, but they keep turning me down on account of my odious interpersonal skills. Or something. Anyway, I've worked here long enough to know every clerk by name and face. And since I don't know yours, you ain't... You're new to the ministry? You one of those lab coats they promoted from a company town? That was yours? Wow. You earned that promotion, all right. So you start tomorrow, huh? You know, they should have set you up with an ID 6 to 8 weeks ago. You do that. Yeah, all right.
Let's go.
You're good to go.
That's why I spend all my fucking points on dialogue skills. It works every fucking time. I gotta deal with all the bullshit in my way. So I can just talk through it. Yep, get horny on.
Knees. Mwah. How you scream, you. You said I was gonna say bad word, didn't you?
Also, it's kind of hard for me to understand what you're trying to say.
Shut up. I'm gonna go restart Wi-Fi if I can.
Alright.
I can't.
Ooh, this is a pretty place.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out of the city. That
Shadow's cranky boy.
That scientist?
Shadow's mad
The
that I
one who's
gave him.
been hounding the clerks?
That was a task and a half. I'm hunky here did not want it. He is so tired. Yeah, Shadow, are you tired? Should I use some buckaroonies of eyelashes? Let me tell you. Those are some lush locks.
Ooh, fuck. I'm not supposed to know. Get your monkeys in here. Close the door.
What'd you say?
I can take a hint.
What the fuck did I just get at? Theodore. Theodore, you're not Theodore, you're not Theodore.
I'm gonna be on mute watching YouTube, so if you wanna act like you're still streaming,
Okay. Theodore.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened.
Theodore. Theodore. Nope. Theodore. Theodore. What's your name? Caroline. Office click. War.
So UDL's interrogating Tillman? Disgusting.
Let me try to talk to Caroline, I guess.
Sorry, I'm kinda in the middle of something.
What are you in the middle of? God damn it.
I knew it. He's eating your lunch too, isn't he? That greedy little cysty pig.
Calm down.
This is great. I finally have someone else to complain to.
Do these people got nothing else to occupy their time? Complaining is a competitive sport in Byzantium.
Thank you, Ellie.
You'll get your turn. Right now, we're talking about Theodore. Oh, that's no problem. I can get you into the lab. In fact, let's go there now. Theodore's out right now, but we should be ready when he gets back. That way, everyone can see you chill out. This is going to be so good.
I made a mistake here. I don't really want to go with you. Oh, good lord. But you're gonna win.
I'll wait here for Theodore, just in case he comes this way.
Any day now.
Hold, I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. I
Thank
don't
you.
want to hear anything about the catch-up packet incident ever again. And he's on his own if he runs into the guards downstairs.
You're the best, Holt. I'll wait here for Theodore, just in case he comes this way.
So, okay. I'm good to go in here now. Now I find Theodore. 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 Theodore, where are you? Oh, wait a minute. What? Doesn't really matter. I can easily put this. That off into that. That's useless. Good cartridges. Come in here. Let's get in here. Save game.
Ooh, what'd you find?
Beetle? Oh. Thank you. I need to get down, and this elevator takes me down. How you feeling, Ellie?
Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. Sure, and fish sticks are really made from Saltuna. Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double chocolate cacao gelato. But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. People don't change. Not really.
Yeah.
Well, who hasn't been there?
I sure haven't.
Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing between them doesn't last. Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is.
Alright, alright.
Anything else? What did I tell you? His down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it. Take a page out of my rule book. Don't trust anyone. Then it's easy. Don't get all mushy on me now. Come on, what did we just learn? People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion. This is why I hate metaphors. Look, I see a lot of people, inside and out. When you get down to it,
So the theory of gravity is no longer a theory? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
once you accept that, nothing much surprises you. I'm warning you, that reverse psychology stuff doesn't work on me. Sure do. And unlike you, Captain, the rest of us don't get a big fancy room with wall-to-wall windows. But let's forget about that, please. Anyway, you really want to tell me you're helping the scientist because you think he'll save the colony?
I don't know, what do you think he's gonna do?
And here I thought I'd seen it all. This galaxy must be bigger than I'd thought. Enough about Harlow, though. Anything else?
Alright. Hold on. No, some doesn't seem right. I didn't find Theodore. Unless I'm just really retarded right now. Let's try and search. Where's she in the phone? She went back up here.
I'll wait here for Theodore, just in case he comes this way.
I don't know, she got me in there. I think that's probably the limit of what I can do. Without.
Our UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Yeah, alright, whatever. Nope, I'll take it down. Where does this take me? I'm about to find out.
What was that?
Hey, come here.
No visitors allowed.
Yep.
Let me guess. We've talked to her before. Just get out of here.
Extra special. God damn it. That's another... I need to down there. I could. Okay, yep, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You get tired of patrolling? Just go rough somebody up.
Okay, everything's not fine. Not fine. Everything's going actually kind of horribly. Oh, yes, you found it. Anyone in here? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Come on, turn around. Thank you. Close. Jump seat. We're fine. Well, since Joe's on mute, the addition of dimethyl sulfoxide, I don't know if he can hear me, he probably can, sulfoxide to the current round of tests has resulted in some improvements. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neural activity. However, our formula is still missing something. We are still unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethyl sulfoxide results in their rather excruciating death. The problem is that compounded consider reviving the freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. To make matters worse, we've had a hard time securing additional dimethyl sulfoxide. We may have to make do with this batch. We're going to transfer it to this canister. Oh, fuck. Salt in the canister. That'll get everyone on my cheeks. City game. Fuck it. Yep. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh Lord, that was horrible. That was disgusting. Get out of here. Yes. I really just killed and murdered a whole group of people like that. Well, I guess we shall see if it was worth it.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
Oh, fuck.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
I'm just getting started.
I'm glad to hear that. This may come as a surprise, but I happen to enjoy your work. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. Today the region is profitable for the first time in years. Its workers are productive. They might even be happy. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony.
Yeah, I'm not sure I trust you.
Then let me help you make up your mind. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Why?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition, I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
Ooh.
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain? We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
Thank you.
The repair station is currently idle.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Too long I've been streaming. I don't think it's been too long. An hour. So is that... Okay. I don't know. I'm guessing there will be an option to either tell him. I feel like he probably is using this. Hold on.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
Not save us.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem.
Nope.
I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly 0 progress. I used to work for these people. I'm intimately familiar with the utter incompetence of the board's own scientists. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Fuck, this man's putting up points.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius!
I try.
We bring the Hope to us.
Yes.
The entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Certainly. How can I help?
I'm thinking about just going with Phineas on this. I don't know, I just don't have an answer to what he's going to do with the colonists other than try to help everyone else, like Halcyon.
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule.
Oh.
The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should.
Oh.
I'm not gonna rape a little boy.
All right.
Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
Okay.
The enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. I'm prepared for that eventuality. This is just my way of buying myself a little time.
Perfect.
Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Alright.
So, sneak onto a lost colony ship and skip it across the system. What could go wrong?
A lot. But we don't talk about that. Perfect. Alright. I swear to God, Phineas. You better not fuck me up. Hi, Bubbles. Bubbles of G. Talk to the Bubbles. Bubbles does not know how to talk. Alright. I think I'm gonna do this and call it the end of the stream. I'm gonna play some whatever with Joey for a little while. Alright, let's see. 20. We'll put some more in range. Long guns, heavy guns. Persuasion. Get that up to 80. Line. Perks. When you're at low health, you deal increased damage. I'm really at low health. Headshots will explode. Absolutely. Let's upgrade the LE. While using party and damage that would kill you instead of a small amount of health. Let me get inside the unreliable and save. Ellie wants to talk.
So we're really gonna... I've seen lots of crazy, Captain. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into... There's a sobering thought. Makes me want to drink. I think this whole plan's insane. But it'll make a good story. You know, if we survive. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme?
What about you? You're still with me.
I'll do anything for a good story, and nothing shines on a pirate's resume like a successful suicide mission. But I asked you first.
Okay, okay.
coming from anyone else, that would sound like a line from one of those Odeon Pictures movies. But I think you really mean it. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy?
Huh. So we make it happen.
Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. Anything else?
Alright. Oh, Joey left. I don't know. Let's go
I
ahead.
believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
I think
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
God damn it. I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Alright. Pause. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do some of this stuff. These seem really interesting.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial-grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
So that'll be interesting.
Marilyn, is that you?
Marilyn?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this. And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Oh no. I don't want to do this. Oh my god. I should...
There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Right.
Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. Just a second. You had the floors redone with real Terran marble? Since when can you afford that?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
Oh.
You what?
Oh no, I'm just gonna...
Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
Oh my.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
Well, have you done? It's professional miscreant.
Shh. Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Not until I get some answers. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that.
Wow.
We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
She hasn't changed a bit, I see. That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
What the fuck? That was horrible. I give up
Let's
this.
talk outside.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was scuffed. I didn't like that. Jesus Christ.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Can you believe those two?
Yeah, that was
We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I wanted them to get upset. I just thought it would play out differently. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed. Shh, I'm getting to the good part. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then, Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red, and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob. I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain. Hey, the last thing I want to do is sit around thinking about all this. I want to take action. I want to... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Oh, Lord.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. As long as I don't develop a taste for Woolgonzola and bad legal dramas, that's fine by me. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind?
Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common?
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
Because you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. You don't much like me, huh, Dr. Ellie?
It's nothing personal. I'm just not the touchy-feely type.
It's just... you seem fine with the others. Did I do something to make you unhappy with me?
You gotta stop taking things so personal. You're setting yourself up for a letdown.
What's gotten into Flockmire?
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an honor. When you say that.
This is... Sold letter in this mailbox addressed to the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group satellite office in Fallbrook.
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Not fucking yet. Case closed for the Parvati. God damn it.
I love Bazenda.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you.
Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes. You carry yourself with the bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How deliciously outre. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs. Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my mind the moment you stepped into my studio.
Oh.
I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me? Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me.
I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back.
My dear, fashion is a performance art. An outfit without a body is like an instrument without a player. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage Spacer's Choice pedals.
No tall shoes, though. I mean it.
You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up. If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word, such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There. Love? That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so... precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you. Darling, do I look like an amateur? I read her measurements by eye. And don't you ask, because they're no one's business but her own.
Okay, yeah, 3,000.
There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best. Now stand back. Back! I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour. And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I.
Let's see this dress. I guess not.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope. I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you done.
All right. Put that fedora though. Alright.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square? Shh. You know, the one traveling with the rather filthy plumber? I thought we had automechs for that sort of thing.
Enough. You're standing right here.
Is Maxwell still drinking?
You and your pen pal seem to be getting along.
Don't make it small. When you say it like that, it sounds stupid.
Whoa, take it easy. Didn't realize you were so wrapped up.
You're doing it again.
This reminds me of... Oh, never mind.
Gotta get down somehow. Personal training. Card train. My worst suspicions are confirmed. HRS 1084 was ransacked. Who knows what became of the suspension tanks, my team. As usual, my handlers on the board are no help until I deliver results. They can replicate, package, and disperse to the general population. They desire only silence and obedience from the likes of me. Circumstances were hardly optimal at the primary and secondary labs. Political instability pulled Cascadia out from under me, and some combination of cabin fever and paranoia soured HRS 181084. Perhaps my home is in steadfast Byzantium will offer the retreat I need. Though I miss working alongside colleagues, I know that I hardly deserve the ones I so enjoyed. The ones I lost. The work continues in isolation and loneliness, perhaps as it should. Ever since our species became aware of itself, we imposed our superiority on the worlds we touched. Colonialism worked for a time, but our oldest trick didn't work in Halcyon, did it? Now we are the ones who must bow to a force greater than ourselves. We are the ones who must adapt. Update. Wine makes me too introspective. Perhaps I'll balance it out with vodka. So I think this is the shit for the I forgot what I was even doing. It's like the center of an alien. Yeah. What's it called? Spacer's Choice? No, not Spacer's Choice. Something that I feel looks just super interesting.
Of this basement. If someone back home wanted to make a secret lab, they'd have to put it in a closet.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside? You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking.
If anyone ever tries to off me, I hope they do it with the same professional courtesy.
Hagen? I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen.
Sublight.
To keep me quiet. But if you didn't know that, I'm guessing they didn't send you. I always assumed they would put a bullet in my head one of these days. I don't know anyone named Hagen.
That's a gentlemanly way of putting it, Captain.
She's obsessed with aliens. This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker. What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks. Small consolation. My team, the finest minds of their generation, reduced to salvage. We were trying to prove that the colony could survive the crisis bearing down on us.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. Then you know how desperate things are. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. I know. I was there. Thomas was the first to take the gas. A simple test, he said. I told him not to, but he insisted. We learned a lot from his autopsy. Enough that we could try it on each other and know when to stop. No one else died. I must find a cure so his sacrifice isn't in vain. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Imagine losing something with that many guns on it.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace. I'd prefer if you didn't use my name when you talk about this. My contract has a list of very terrible consequences for breaking secrecy. Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
Knowing what the board considers a success, that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please don't.
I'll pass.
If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony. The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher. I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander?
Fuck the board, bro. I don't care.
If working with Wells is the only way I can save the colony, then I will damn well do it. I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive. Damn, that's a real good one. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her, tidying up and such.
Nice. Okay. Just fair, because there's no fucking aliens. That's fucking stupid. Well, we're going back to the ground? Very good. Alrighty. Ooh. Alright, I think I'm gonna go call this episode. Yeah. Good progress, story. A lot of shit's happening. Now it's becoming a lot more choose your side. And I honestly don't know what side to choose right now. But I'm definitely leaning towards Phineas at this point. I'm kind of saying fuck the board at this point. Nothing has been really convincing me to side with them at all. And if Phineas is using me, which wouldn't be surprising, he's putting out good points on how he's not using me, essentially. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to subscribe, but see you guys later.